Hey Taurus Collective, happy Sunday. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Let's get into this reading. The weekly forecast that we always do. Today's November the 8th. So we will be looking at the energy around the Taurus Collective November the 8th through the 15th. So for the next 7 days, let's start with just a message. This deck is called the Threads of the Soul. So let's just see what you might need to know about this week. Not going to be true for everyone. Bottom of the deck, you have the bridge. It says, what transition are you experiencing? What must you leave behind? And what awaits on the other side? So some of you could be at a crossroads right now. You know, bridges are designed to take you places. So it feels like you're in a period of transition right now. This could be literally that you're traveling or moving this week. Or this is a figurative, like a passage. Let's see what's going on here. So you could be leaving something behind. And we don't know what's on the other side. It looks a little smoky down there, like it's a little bit mysterious. So that could be, like I've been telling you all, to do something out of your comfort zone. You got the Phoenix's Rise. I love that because that's Scorpio energy. That's the Judgment card. We're in Scorpio season. So very transformative energy going on with you right now. It says, what has been burned away, making space for something new? What transformation are you stepping into? Wow, I love it. So you are the Phoenix rising from the ashes. You could be the feeling of like reinventing yourself, ready to leave something in favor of whatever awaits you. Maybe you don't even know what the other thing is. But this week it feels like you're in a headspace where you're like, I'm ready for something new. I love that for you. Let's look at your money. I also created a deck for myself about health. So I'll pull those last just in case anybody is concerned about their health. We're going to do money, love, like we always do. What's going on with your money this week? I wasn't going to do readings today, but I heard, who sings this song, y'all? I know Diddy is in the song, who is a Scorpio. It might be G-Dep. It's like, make this money, take this money. Ain't no way they could take this from me. I was just telling my fiance, I was like, I wasn't going to do readings, but then I heard that. It made me think about Taurus, and I'm like, let me get some readings done. Interesting. Some of you can have a promotion. You got the Ace of Swords and the Emperor. That could be good news, a breakthrough in your finances. The Emperor is usually like stepping into a leadership position. So somebody could be getting a promotion this week, or good news about a new job or something. You could work in a male-dominated industry. You could just be in your divine masculine energy, whether you're a man or a woman. Okay, so y'all let me know what the name of that song is. But that's what I was hearing. And maybe go listen to it to give yourself some motivation for the week. This feels like a money week for Taurus. Let's see what's going on financially. We got the Seven of Cups. We got Enterprise, the King of Pentacles, which is Taurus. It is about the money. And then we got Sorrow. So some of you could be turning your sorrow into, how do you say this? Like channeling your sadness, if you have sadness or disappointment for some reason, into more of a lucrative idea or business plan or whatever you do for work. Bottom of the deck, we have anxiety. Okay. And resilience. This gives me, when I look at this combination of anxiety and resilience, the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords. Let me just see something really quickly before I go on. Oh yeah, you got the Ten of Swords in reverse. See, this is you coming out of like a maybe a dead-end job for some of you. Ten of Swords is a dead-end job. It's in reverse though, and you got regeneration. It says what once crushed you is now becoming your catalyst for transformation. That's what I'm saying, turning your pain into something lucrative. But when I get these two cards, even though I would most likely see it this way, I get like survivor's remorse or survivor's guilt. Some of you, you're in a circle. You could be around people. I'm like stumbling over my words, Taurus, because I literally was talking about this last night, and it's like I feel it coming out. Yeah, you got good luck here with the Wheel of Fortune and momentum, the Eight of Wands. So over the next 8 days, some kind of money is racing towards you. You got two cards of good luck, good overwhelm. This is a positive turning point in your finances. But the Ten of Swords in reverse is Gemini energy. You could be on a Taurus Gemini cusp. And then you got the Seven of Pentacles, which is Taurus Gemini cusp energy. So May 11th through May 20th could be your birthday window. It says results require time and hard work. Prioritize sustainable growth over instant rewards. So for some of you, this may feel like a long time coming, which may be why you have the resilient card. But this means you're very close to success. Don't give up. Keep going, even if you feel like your back is against the wall. Because somebody might be worried here, anxious about something. But this is like really worrying for nothing. And I keep telling you all about the law of attraction. I see the Nine of Swords as the law of attraction too, but it's the negative aspect of it. It's when you keep worrying about something so much that it actually manifests for you. So just fight that. Because I feel like this is you standing your ground against that lower nature that we all have to want to give into our sadness, give into our fears and our trepidations about money or whatever it might be. But I definitely also get for some of you survivor's remorse or survivor's guilt. And I want to say, if that is you, what might be happening here is that you could be, oh, I just wrote a card out and it feels like it's a message for y'all. What was it? Oh, Jesus, I can't remember what it was. I literally just wrote it like minutes before I started this reading. But I wrote out a lot of cards. That's why I can't remember off the top of my head what it said. But it was pretty much talking about how your vision may not be something that other people can see clearly. And also sometimes when you're around people that don't share that same ambition, motivation, drive that you have, as the King of Pentacles is enterprising. It says enterprise. He is somebody with the Midas touch. He's a businessman, businesswoman, somebody that has their stuff together financially, or is at least working on it. And you did have the Emperor when I split the deck. This is, to me, the closest king to the Emperor. He's actually an Aries, Taurus, cusper, much like the Emperor. So it gives me very much that you are focused on your material needs, your health, your wealth, things of that nature. But I'm also getting like people with sob stories, people who don't know how to see beyond their circumstances. You could feel like you need to turn your back on them, but maybe for some of you, you feel some degree of guilt about it because you're the one that made it. You know how that can be sometimes, because the Seven of Pentacles is it can be friendship, and it can be like deciding whether you want to keep investing in friendships. So things, excuse me, things that don't align with you anymore, because your luck is changing. If you got all this good stuff coming towards you, having people around you that are in this sorrow energy, that brings you down, that lowers your own vibration. And you might be in a dreamy, whimsical state. That's what some of you. Another message here is that maybe you were hopeful about something and you got disappointed. And maybe you're still trying to keep yourself going, even though you are feeling sad. You are feeling some sort of despair here. But I feel like something is about to turn around with regeneration, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Eight of Wands. Something is gaining momentum and is positive. So you're about to go on a winning streak. Okay, I'm going to take these three. King of Pentacles is also a promotion, can be a new home for some of you. So maybe this is like a home or something that you wanted, apartment or something that you wanted. Look at what's stuck to the table. The Emperor again. What's with the Emperor? Restoration. Yeah, I feel like this, sometimes this means rest assured to me. Rest assured that something is going to work out how you want it to. But it's all about mind over matter. So like I'm saying, that Nine of Swords is where you're letting your mind, your monkey mind, cause you to spiral. You know, be in despair because you're imagining like your worst nightmare coming true, not sleeping at night, stressing because you're sad about something. This is mind over matter. And this is like taking a moment to just kind of catch your breath, relax, and avoid anything that overwhelms you this week. But I do see for some of you, there's good news about a promotion or something going on. Let's see what these cards say, if they have anything to do with that or not. They may or they may not. Taurus is money messages. We have the Emperor, stockbroker. Somebody here could be invested in the stock market. King of Pentacles is definitely the finance industry. It does also talk about a financial advisor. So if you're thinking about doing something like that, maybe somebody took a hit to an investment that they made or something like that. And I feel like you're like picking up the pieces. You're going to be fine. Maybe you had a setback, but you know what they say. A setback is just a setup for a come up, right? Or a comeback. Let's see. But this is also promotion energy. Excuse me. So that could be why you are the Phoenix rising from the ashes this week. It's like a recalibration is going on here. And again, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger is the message I'm getting from that. We have a conflict with a tyrannical supervisor. This could be an Aries. You got a lot of Aries energy. If it's not a tyrannical supervisor, the Emperor can also represent organizations, people in positions of authority. So some of you, this can have something to do with paperwork, contracts, something like that. So this week you may have to just be very mind over matter, keep your footing. I would say King of Pentacles is somebody that does not like taking unnecessary risk. And then you did have the Wheel of Fortune, which is about taking risk. It is about gambling. Okay, so I'm wondering, hopefully nobody's gambling has caught up to them, because that could be what this is as well. This is a more patient energy, a more patient investment, even though it may be frustrating. You know, fast money don't always last. Yeah, look at this. It's about balance. But this is also like financial ups and downs that somebody could be going through. But this could also be somebody's gambling that could be on fast forward right now. That could be what it is too. I mean, like I said, if that's not you, it could be somebody around you. Maybe somebody's addiction or something has hit a rock bottom, or somebody like stopped gambling and maybe they went back to it. Or this week you may feel like you want to, if that's you. So just, you know, take from that what you can. You got a scholarship. That could be the good news that somebody is getting. Putting a child through school. Contract negotiations. The Two of Pentacles is contract negotiations. That could be what it is too. Some of you could be trying to negotiate for a higher pay or something like that. But I am seeing something about a promotion. I do feel like there was like a disappointment, and then the Phoenix rising from the ashes is coming out on the other side better. Somebody could also have their own business. The King of Pentacles is an entrepreneur. So if you have your own business, maybe you are dealing with some setbacks or some level of disappointment. I feel like Spirit is telling you to not only put your thinking cap on, but this Seven of Cups talks about, for me, it feels like don't put all your eggs in one basket. Maybe try variety. Try doing something a different way. Because this is like an one-size-fits-all attitude will not work. The Seven of Cups also talks about being a jack or Jill of all trade, but a master of none. So maybe trying to do too much, biting off more than you can chew. I would keep things in perspective and do things in moderation this week when it comes to like what you can physically show up for. Because maybe you won't be able to keep your promise to someone with this disappointment. It may even be to yourself. So don't put too much pressure on yourself this week to be too much of an overachiever. All right, we have a craftsman, Page of Pentacles. That's our energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It says great with your hands, work with raw materials, handcrafted goods, or homemade products. So for some of you, like I said, you could have your own business, but Page of Pentacles is also a scholarship. Somebody could work in an industry where they do like carpet cleaning. That could be your own business. It says you are virtuoso, exceptional skills, immeasurable talent, artistic, musically gifted, inclined, the fine arts. You could be a painter, sculptor, pianist. You could be classically trained in music. You got raw materials again, the Page of Pentacles. So this talks about inventory, shipping, industrial work, building blocks, the supply chain, manufacturing, work with unprocessed or minimally processed substances used in production of goods like steel, rubber, plastic, wood, flour, minerals, synthetic fibers, lumber, cotton for textiles, and oil, corn, grain, gas, coal, fertilizer, and limestone. That's just a few. Some of you have a music ministry. Maybe you make music. Using one's musical abilities for a higher purpose, saving souls and ministering to others through sound. And we have an impressive resume. So like I said, maybe there is a promotion here. Or for some of you, this may not play out this week. It could be closer to Capricorn season, like the middle of Capricorn season. You could be either getting your resume together or like to look for a new job, or maybe somebody will find it on like a job board or something like that. If you're on those type of things, you might start getting a lot of calls around that time. It says liberation is just beyond your comfort zone. And I've been talking about that comfort zone, doing something different. Like I said, this might be going into an unknown. Look at this, Crossroads. It's the next card. And the next one after that is the Dark Forest. So maybe this is about you moving into an uncertain direction. It says, what major decision are you facing, and what does each path represent, and how do they reflect your values? So you could be at a crossroads. I'll read this last one. The Dark Forest says, what fears or uncertainties are you currently facing, and what strengths can guide you through them? Well, the fears and uncertainties, the Nine of Swords, is usually something you're creating in your mind. So unfounded fears, you know. putting yourself through undue stress that you don't have to. So liberation for you is just beyond your comfort zone. May mean that you have to just face a small thing that you feel like is a big thing, but it's really not. We do have a high turnover rate here. So some of you work in an environment where you have a high turnover, revolving door of employees, or this could be you, maybe not being able to find the people to keep your business, sustained and successful like you want it to. So maybe you have to keep hiring and firing. We got the chain of command. So if you have a conflict, it looks like you could be taking it up the chain of command. And then we have renew your professional license, a need for change. And we got a life coach here. Somebody even could be a life coach or a coach of some kind. It says resolving a conflict or grievance, follow protocol, do things by the book, play by the rules, and be patient to win. This is about integrity and your moral compass and letting your conscience be your guide. Taurus and Libra energy. So yeah, that could be what this is. For some of you, maybe there is some disappointment. Maybe something's been unfair, But this Seven of Cups I like for some reason in this reading, because it feels like creativity to me. This is all about the imagination, and like I keep saying, that's what creates the world around us. While the King of Pentacles is practical, pragmatic, everything got to make sense to be, rational and logical. It's air and earth. So it's like, yeah, for some of you, that could be the thing that's keeping you stuck. Maybe that you need to venture out a little bit more. Maybe that's why you got the Wheel of Fortune, so that you can do something a little bit different. Especially if you've been like waiting for something to happen and you feel like it's not, because that's slow progress right there, but this is fast. So maybe something starts to gain momentum when you take a risk. Somebody could have a lottery win or something. It might just be like a little bit of money to pay off a little small bill, but I mean, who wouldn't take it? I feel like I want a couple more. I don't talk about finances enough, so let's see. All right, we got the Five of Wands, competitive jobs, a talent scout, agent, or sports, physical jobs, dealing with red tape, negotiations, and sales. It says temporary financial issues, but this could also be an ease of financial issues and overcoming financial battles and stabilizing. This could be when you work in a competitive environment, or maybe it's a bit hostile. It can also be friendly competition, though. That's usually what it represents, and it represents diversity. Let's see more. But maybe the next 5 days, so basically the whole work week, you may find that you are, for some of you, this could be trying to get a promotion. Maybe there are other people trying to get this job. And I do wonder if, like, you have a supervisor that might be, I don't know, maybe somebody's like the teacher's pet, like a brown nose or something. Not that the Page of Pentacles is, but it could be somebody is like, it represents a star pupil. So maybe this is like a supervisor right here that favors another person. I mean, hopefully it's you, since you are the Page of Pentacles. Not that that's fair, but I mean, I'm a root for y'all over the other person or other people. So let's see. Because I know Taurus deserves it, because Taurus is a hard worker. It says rock and roller, high-spirited musician, performer, rebellious artistry, and pushes the envelope, self-expression through creativity. Somebody could definitely make music here. Somebody could be like a writer of like novels, like fantastical stuff. Somebody's very creative, has a good imagination, and maybe it does come out in your art and your music or something like that. This could be like a lot of love songs if you are a singer. It says you're falling back in love with an old passion project or career. Pick up where you left off. It's never too late. Interesting. So the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands could be you deciding to finish something that maybe you started a long time ago and gave up on because it wasn't working. A couple more and then we're going to move on to your love messages. Somebody could be taking some classes this week or thinking about going back to school. Somebody could be a bartender, work at a casino, or maybe be going to the casino if that's your thing. All right, we have risk assessment. Vet people and opportunities thoroughly. Read the fine print before signing any legally binding contracts. Well, that is the Seven of Pentacles, Taurus. So maybe, especially if you are May 11th through May 20th, Taurus, that could be for you. Because I am seeing the risk-taking card right after that with the Wheel of Fortune, which is a gamble. I feel like it's a gamble that pays off, though. But maybe with that Two of Pentacles, it could go either way. So somebody could be nervous here about taking a risk. It could be on yourself. Maybe even leaving a job for somebody. What else does it say? It says scam likely. Get more information before proceeding. If you're having second thoughts, don't ignore your gut. Seven of Pentacles is ignoring. I mean, you know, not ignoring your gut. It is the feeling of second thoughts. And asking yourself, should you invest? So if you may be thinking about an investment, especially something major, you might need to get financial advice from a financial advisor. Because that's what the King of Pentacles is. All right, so we have direct to consumer, the Chitlin circuit, elimination of intermediaries, no middleman, a business model that sells directly to customers by bypassing traditional retail or wholesale channels. Like I said, maybe you have to think outside the box and do something a little bit differently, because maybe what works for somebody else doesn't work for you. It says using your online platform or brick and mortar storefront to reach consumers, maintaining control over your brand, less overhead and higher profit margins. Yeah. So this is definitely, you know, the King of Pentacles is smart. He don't like to take risk. He's like, I need to do the thing that is the more sound investment, especially if it's like stocks or something like that. But if you do have your own business, since he is an entrepreneur, if you are having disappointments, maybe you need to cut out a middleman. I'm going to get two more and then I'm going to move on. So his name could be Catherine. All right, or Sherelle. It says a letter of recommendation, putting in a good word for you, a cosign, a referral, a leg up, friends in high places, and advantage. Well, you did have the friendship card. That's interesting because you got balance, you got friendship right there. Somebody could be putting a good word for you. This could be a friend that's about to tell you about a new job. Maybe their job is hiring. Some of you could be getting a second job. Sometimes the Two of Pentacles can be a second stream of income because you're trying to stay afloat, you know, with the cost of living being so high. Okay, one more. Logistics. Coordination of people, supplies, facilities, or a complex operation. Yeah, some of you could work in an environment where, I don't know if it's like warehouse, but you're part of a chain of people that make things go. Like think the assembly line, but it doesn't have to be a literal one. But definitely import, export, logistics, that could be what you do for a living. Or maybe for some of you, that's what it is with the middleman. Maybe you're doing the direct to consumer and getting rid of a middleman. Say you like drop ship. I know that model is kind of old, but let's say you drop ship or you, something like that, a business model like that. If this is your business, you might be thinking about how to eliminate a middleman. Somebody's definitely a bartender. Or you could find yourself picking up a gig doing this, maybe in Sagittarius season. This could be how you can make some good money. Bartenders can make good money. Somebody has an eye for talent. That's the second time this has come out. A recruiter, talent, scout, agent, manager, or behind the scenes. Or somebody could be discovering you. And the last one I'll take is, I'm going to take two more. It says the Knight of Wands, Sagittarius energy, thrill seeker, free-spirited, motivated, and motivator. There could be a Sagittarius in your life or fire sign that really inspires you. Or this is you, maybe wherever you have Sagittarius in your chart. Check that out and see what, you know, what that entails. Because you might be, and this could also be going into Sagittarius season. I know we're not there yet, but maybe as we get closer to Sagittarius season, there's going to be an opportunity for you. And you got to be brave. You got to go for it. Be up for a challenge. The last one is money is a terrible master, but an excellent servant. Make the money. Don't let it make you. I know that's right. Yeah, somebody here is feeling like they got to work twice as hard to get half as much. And that could be what that Five of Wands is, because that does deal with diversity and being in an environment with people from different cultures, different backgrounds and ethnicities and things like that. So if you are a person that feels like you're marginalized, it says working twice as hard for half as much, unfair disadvantage or marginalization. And like I said, if you have a conflict with the supervisor, it could be that. It could be race, gender, class. It could be anything. Educational background. Spirit wants you to know that every dollar that you spend is returned to you multiplied. And that could be what that Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Wands is. So maybe for some of you, like, don't be so tight. I ain't telling y'all to be wasteful, but, you know, maybe take some risk on yourself. Because maybe the King of Pentacles energy is keeping you stuck. Because he doesn't like taking risk. And that is our card, you know. All right, y'all. Let's move on to the next portion, which is your love life. All right, what's going on with your love life this week? You got perseverance. You got the 7 of Wands. That's Leo Mars energy, which is the next 7 days. This is you standing your ground for some reason. Maybe being defensive. And I see why, because you're dealing with a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Some of you, they could be younger than you, or it could just be a younger person. Doesn't matter their sign. Who's impulsive. It says you may be jumping to conclusions or reacting before having the full picture. Taurus, I've been getting that message about, I told y'all this on my other channel. The last 2 weeks, I said somebody's assuming something about the other person and getting defensive, and it's not even true. So this card here is about standing your ground. It can be defensive energy. It can be stubborn energy. And it says here, hold firm in the face of opposition, boldly defend your beliefs and values. So this could be somebody that's challenging you this week. Maybe they want to speak to you. Sometimes the Page of Swords in reverse can be the silent treatment, not speaking to somebody, weaponizing that communication. Like I said in my reading Friday on my second channel, Messages in Music Tarot. So I feel like it's a misunderstanding between you and someone. Look at this, the 8 of Cups. It's like somebody's walking away, and the Chariot. So you got Pisces, Saturn, and Cancer energy. Transformation here, the Death card. We're in Scorpio season. This is Scorpio energy. The Death card is all about shedding old skin, learning, and surrender. So I'm seeing a Scorpio here, a Pisces, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn, a Cancer, and then we have Pisces, Saturn energy. It's giving me that for some of you that there's definitely a miscommunication. Like 2 people are not on the same page, and it's because, look, we almost in that Mercury retrograde, y'all. I feel like it's something to do with the communication, and somebody's looking at something wrong and ready to walk away and move on. But I feel like it's not completely over, okay? Which deck do I want to use next? Let's use this deck here. Some of these are love cards, some of them are not, but we'll see what we get here. I'm going to get some more tarot in a minute, though. But these are tarot cards, so let's see. It says, get hot and sweaty. Work out and grow old as F together. This feels to me like a person that's inconsistent in communication, or there was a misunderstanding with communication, or somebody that's all talk, no action, because that's what this could be as well. Sometimes the Page of Swords in reverse is the end of a contract. So I don't know if you block somebody because you're like, I'm done, and it just is what it is. That could be what it is too. Sometimes this is gossip. And I think I told y'all Friday on my other channel that I feel like this person, maybe they're getting bad advice from somebody. What is this? But some of y'all might, I don't know, this person could be coming back trying to be like intimate with you, or maybe you work out together, or you met them at the gym or something. Maybe that's something that you all do together. Let's see. It says time to let go. Move the F on. Yeah, that's what this is. Both of these cards are somebody moving on with an ending. But that means when one door closes, another one opens and life goes on. Again, a divine detour for some of you. That could be what this is. Maybe this person has just been so inconsistent in communication, and they're immature as well with the Page of Swords in reverse. You feel like this person is just bad news. Okay, 2 more. It's like block communication is what I'm getting. It says irritated. Eat, cuddle, sleep, and repeat. So you might just be saying to yourself, y'all know that sounds like our language right there. But you could be cuddling with yourself or your pet or your pillow. Okay. These white cards are love cards. The other ones are just general. We got rebel or rebel because F it. This is rebellious. This is somebody that's willing to be the underdog, stand on their own, fight from their own corner. These other wands coming at this person. This is like protecting your peace. Like whatever you have secured for yourself as a win, this week you're protecting it. Because you're like, I worked too hard for it. Sometimes this can represent a restraining order. So that might be true for some of you here. Especially with the Page of Swords in reverse. He's messy. He's a cheater. He's a player. He's all of that. It says you got a feeling you just can't shake. That little voice inside you, listen to that shit. Okay. Let's get some more tarot and see what is going on here. Let's see what's going on with your person. Even though if y'all want an in-depth love reading, go look at Messages and Music Tarot. I did one Friday and the week before that too. Someone's name could be Candace. All right, let's see. Some of you may be born on May 17th, because when I said that, I thought of Candace Owens, and I believe her birthday is the 17th, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what you need to hear. What are they feeling for Taurus right now? Oh my God, the Five of Cups. You're getting the same cards. This is some kind of disappointment, sadness, grief, pining away. I feel like this person got disappointed, Taurus. And it's like, you know how you knock on somebody's door and you knock and you knock and you knock and you knock and they don't answer. And you feel like, what's going on? Because you feel like you know they're in there. That's kind of what I'm getting from these cards. Like this person walks away reluctantly. And I feel like they're jumping to conclusions here with this Chariot. Like, okay, I'm going to leave Taurus alone. Taurus wants to be left alone. But I feel like it was like a call didn't go through. Something happened with the communication between you two. Yeah, look at this. I'm going to just move on. Six of Swords. There could be distance between you two. Now, this could represent emotional distance coming out with the Five of Cups. Somebody could be 56 years old or born on the 5th or the 6th. I also see the 7th here. Or the 8th. Yeah, I feel like this is somebody that's like, I'm going to go ahead on and leave because Taurus won't let me back in. This is like somebody wants to heal. Somebody wants to move on. Or this could be you, Taurus. Maybe you got disappointed by them, so you're moving on and they're pointing that out to me. Someone's name could be Trisha or Trina or Ebony. What's their next move towards Taurus? The Knight of Wands. And the Five of Swords. Jesus. With the Four of Pentacles. See, this is a person, Sagittarius for some of you, fire sign, Aquarius is here, Aquarius, Venus, and then Capricorn. Could be a 4-year relationship with age difference. I think somebody feels ghosted. They feel like they got ghosted. I don't know if it's you or them. And there's this like, I'm going to hold back because you're holding back. Yeah, the High Priestess. But there's feelings, even though they're acting like this. Now, this could be somebody telling me they're coming back, tucking their tail, because the Five of Swords can be somebody that is conceding, that's surrendering, that's throwing in that, you know, the towel, so to speak. That white flag is being waved. So this could be somebody calling the truce, because the Knight of Wands is somebody that is action oriented. So maybe for some of you, you will get communication from this person. But the only thing is, it's like I told y'all on the other channel. I said this person, they want you to make the move first. Because I feel like they're saying, I already tried. I tried, so now I'm playing mind games because Taurus didn't respond the way I wanted them to. Let's say you even talked to them. If you just didn't give them the answer that they wanted. Someone's name could be Tim or Timothy. That's what it feels like. But the Five of Wands, the Five of Swords is tit for tat energy. It's vengeful. It's retaliation. This Knight of Wands could be somebody coming back for sex and then disappearing again. So just protect yourself. What is the challenge between you two? The Death card, Knight of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and Three of Cups, and the King of Cups. Yeah, look at this. Deceptive energy, the Seven of Swords. Somebody is sneaky or triggering your trust issues towards Aquarius Moon. So the thing is, this person keeps it casual with you. They could drink or party a lot, be very overindulgent. Three of Cups as a challenge is three's a crowd. So that could be bad advice they're getting from someone. This does represent advice. So maybe, like I said, I think I said that before, like friendship or something. Somebody's taking bad advice. I think I said that here. And this could be you being defensive yet again because of an ending. And you got the same cards coming out. But the Knight of Swords is somebody that's hot and cold, inconsistent. They're a follower too. So it could be a Libra, Aquarius, a Gemini, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And then you got Leo, Mars again. What is the outcome here for Taurus and this person this week? Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Jesus. That's misaligned values. Just not being on the same page. Three of Wands is about moving on. Aries energy. You could be on the Aries Taurus cusp, or you could be dealing with an Aries. You got Virgo, Mercury. You got the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups and the Tower. Very hidden, intense emotions between the two of you, but two people are like being stubborn. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I do get the vibe that your person was very disappointed by something, and if not, they disappointed you. And they are acknowledging that the initials B or J could be significant. Scorpio, Aries here, Cancer, Pisces, Virgo, Venus. You got Leo. You got the Seven of Pentacles again. Yeah, so it does feel like I don't see much changing from what I told y'all on my other channel. It's still showing up as the same. Some of you are married to this person, maybe a 10-year marriage or relationship or age difference. They could be just patiently waiting. Because this card came out in the reading on my other channel. And this is when you're like patiently waiting for something to come to you. So I do feel like this is what they're saying. Like, I'm not going to make a move because I already did. Now, whether you got that communication from them or not, you probably didn't. So if a person tells you, I reached out to you, I called you, and you didn't answer, and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, they're not lying. Because I keep getting it in my readings for like the last week. Okay. That could be what this is too with the rebellion. The Knight of Wands is a rebel. And it says because he got the attitude of you only live once. You know what I mean? So he's like one of those kind of people that'll move on quickly to some other option because he feels like he's not getting his way. Now, that could be your energy. Just take it however you need to. But the High Priestess came out and it says that you got a feeling you just can't shake. And it says that little voice inside you, listen to that, S-H-I-T. So your intuition is telling you something this week. If it's telling you to keep this person at bay, keep them at bay. All right, Taurus. Oh, wait. I said I was going to do your... This is a small little deck that I made. It's not much, but we'll see. When it comes to your health this week, anything you need to be aware of. I do see defensiveness with you against this person. I do see disappointment that somebody could be dealing with. You got the Six of Cups. It says issues in the reproductive system, sexual organs or bowels, digestive issues, and trouble with certain foods like red meat, oily or yeasty items, or alcohol. What else? I'm not going to take this one. You got the Ten of Cups. All right, Ten of Cups is the feet, the lymphatic system, and the immune system. All right, it says problems with perspiration, water retention, cold and sinus issues, possibly stemming from a delicate constitution, issues with your pituitary or pineal glands, which govern hormones and melatonin, immune and respiratory issues. This could also be something that runs in your family. Whenever you get the Ten of Cups, that could be family related. This is Scorpio energy. We're in Scorpio season. So maybe this is something that a lot of you felt more like last week. Like starting around the 1st. This is still the week we're in right now. It's the 1st through the 10th. And today is just the 8th. So this could be something that you're about to, start feeling better about, which is good. All right, so we got the Seven of Wands. Again, Leo Mars energy. This is the heart, the spine, and the circulation. Oh, my God, y'all. When I tell you my back is killing me, maybe y'all having issues with your spine. It says migraines, heart problems, spinal cord conditions, digestive issues, again, acidity, which I've had this weekend, bone marrow, strong immunity, which is good, rarely get sick, and take medication as a defense to prevent sickness, stress, and defensiveness. So this could mean for some of you, you know how you take that emergency when you feel a little something coming on. This is like a preventative thing. So if you feel a little sniffle or something, maybe just get ahead of it this week. Because the Seven of Wands means you have a strong defense, immuno defense to something, which is good. But so maybe you're not a person that gets sick a lot, but it could be something that you eat. It could be allergies or something like that. So it feels like a, what do you call that? Opportunistic type of thing. So maybe through food or like a lack of sleep or something like that, you might need to take into account. Last one is the Two of Swords, which is Libra moon energy. So the next 2 weeks, possibly you need to be concerned about this. I say this week, just make sure you re-up on your, whatever you do to protect your immune system. Whether, for some of you, like my fiance, he does the bitters. Like he's always drinking that nasty tea. I know it's good for you, but I can't tolerate it. But bitters are good for you. Very good at getting like parasites out of your body. My daughter, she has a cold right now. He gave her some tea last night and she finally stopped coughing because she was coughing all day. So, Yeah, that could be what it is. Something like that. Like natural things that you may be thinking about doing to prevent it. Because I feel like that's what it is. Not necessarily go take some Mucinex. But if that's what you like, do that. If you feel a little sniffle or something, like get ahead of it. All right, so this is your kidneys, your lower back, and your bladder. It says maintain balance and harmony. Avoid extremes that can negatively stress or strain the lower back or kidneys. You can also have skin breakouts this week. It says being indecisive is possibly presenting problems, and it may be about I'm sorry, maybe presenting problems, maybe due to like health or medications, like not knowing which one you should take or who you should listen to. Maybe get a second opinion if you need to. All right, y'all, that is gonna be it. I thought I'd incorporate something different. Y'all know I like to keep learning and adding stuff, so hopefully that helps somebody. It doesn't have to mean anything, but hopefully it does, and it's something that can benefit you. I will see you all the next time. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment if you so choose, and hype the video if you can. Peace, y'all.